My project is on virtue and the environment. I took this picture in Coronado Beach. I chose to focus on virtue as my ethical theory. The theory of virtue means trusting others to make good moral choices that will be beneficial for everyone overall. I chose virtue because I like the idea that everyone is responsible for their own actions and should automatically consider others in their decision making. So basically, it's saying that if you're responsible for yourself, others will mimic you and be responsible for themselves. This picture was taken in Australia. Aristotle developed this theory using three main concepts: excellence, practical wisdom, and happiness. The goal of the theory of virtue is to achieve happiness in life and be content with yourself. How does someone using this theory make decisions? So who do they take into consideration? When making decisions, a virtuous agent considers if the decision would be made by another virtuous agent. A virtue is a character trait that a human being needs to flourish or live well. So like I said earlier, it's kind of monkey see, monkey do, where if you see someone acting virtuous, you should try and copy them so you can be virtuous. And it keeps going and going. How are they obligated to behave? Virtuous people focus on the development of their qualities that make them a good person rather than their actions. They should behave in a way that lets them practice being better people. So instead of focusing on things you're doing, well, you should do the good things, but you're focusing on behaving in a way that will make you a better person overall. So, like if a person practices being generous, then they'll be considered a generous person. The goal is to be a better person who will then be inclined to make better decisions. I took this photo in Hawaii when we visited a coffee farm. So, the ethical issues behind an environment is, of course, burning fossil fuels, which a ton of companies do, and a lot of smaller businesses, a lot of people burn fossil fuels. There's a lack of recycling programs still, lots of pollution, improper waste disposal, and water overuse. This picture was also taken in Hawaii on Kona Beach. So the stakeholders are both companies and their customers are affected by environmental issues. If consumers continue to support companies that do not have environmentally friendly practices, then the companies will not change their way because they're not getting any backlash from it. Virtue can be used here because of each person practice being green, then together we can help the planet. So it goes back to like if you see someone do something good, you should also try and be good. I took this picture while I went whale watching here in San Diego. What obligations does the organization have in this situation? So according to the theory of virtue, every organization should practice being green so that overall everyone will be better. So for example, things that they could do is use environmentally friendly products like recycled paper or recycled plastic. Or they can do like how SLP has the new green boxes instead of the old cardboard ones. It saves a lot of paper and materials. They can hire environmentally cleanup services, so they can have someone come and do like composting for them or recycling. We could also decrease paper waste, which is pretty simple because most of things are available online or being able to be put online. Instead of printing a million copies, you could just email it to someone and they can pull it up on their computer. Another easy one that we practice in my office at school that I work for is we switch off all our computers and lights at the end of the workday. My new boss implemented that because she says it actually saves a lot more power than you would think. And then also to use a reusable water bottle. What consequences might the organizations face? So obviously bad press or reviews contributing to global warming or other environmental issues. So they could be getting bad press or kind of create a negative thing that is associated with their company. Also, sad employees who will feel guilty for contributing to harming the earth. Like I know I always feel bad when I know I'm doing something that harm the earth, like if I forget a water bottle or have to use like an insane amount of plastic for something. Also, a sick world who is no longer able to sustain humans, like the quiz that we took saying how many Earths does it take to sustain everyone. Very few people got one, which is sad because all of us use a lot more than we should. And then also large bills for water, electricity, fuels, etc. Companies could easily cut down expenses by switching to more sustainable sources, like how we read that Walmart is saving, I forget the exact amount of money every year by just changing their routes, and they're also saving on fuel, which is lessening the contribution to carbon emissions. Does this theory align with your ethical lens, or would you approach this somewhat differently? This theory does align with my ethical lens because I try to participate in things that help the community. I do my best to use environmentally friendly products and always have my reusable water bottle. Encourage others to be more green. My roommates and I are very good about recycling and using gentle, cleaner products. You see my little ethical lens in the corner. So I'm very about listen to your feelings, sensibility to determine what virtues you should develop to demonstrate ethical excellence in community. So always trying to be good for others and yourself. Oh, this picture was taken on Mission Beach, and I found a bunch of sand dollars, which I thought were cool. Oh, why is this theory important in business or not? I think virtue is important in business because every employee can practice it by consciously trying to be a better person. People will begin making better choices that are better for the company, customers, and the environment. And then I want to use this theory in my future job because I want to set a good example for my employees. I'll structure my business to use environmentally friendly options instead of harmful ones. This picture was taken in Hawaii at a place called the Edge of the Earth because it's the furthest, I forget which direction of the United States. What I learned from this assignment, I learned how companies can easily implement greener practices into their businesses that will save them money and help the environment at the same time. And then I learned more about the theory of virtue itself. I knew the basics of it, but I was able to dive deeper into the idea of it. And then I was able to connect this assignment to our class through the different theories that we talked about, the topics of sustainability in companies and businesses, and also workplace ethics. And then here's my professionalism. This picture was taken in Australia. Thank you.